Hello, hi, hello everybody, hi. Happy New Year's. This is my second attempt at doing this because my room just had like a power outage and I kind of lost everything for a second. But thankfully it was right at the beginning during the intro, so I didn't like get into any of the comments. Hi. I hope you're doing well. We're doing a Q&A. A very lovely viewer requested I do a Q&A for the new year, and I figured since I won't really have much time to be doing any videos near this time, I'd do this, and it'd be a little fun thing. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I kind of like made some posts about it. I'm gonna be moving soon, so I'm not gonna have my whole like PC set up to be able to record at some point. Everything is kind of up in the air right now, just kind of waiting on confirmations and a bunch of stuff, so I don't have an exact date, unfortunately. But I'm just kind of taking a bit of time off to get things packed and get things cleaned and to figure out everything. So, yeah. I made a couple posts about if you guys had any questions you want to ask, and I think this is going to be really fun. I did my best to not read any of the comments so you can get my like first reaction. I did like most of them, at least from what I saw. But yeah, let's get into this. Just going down the list from the first post. Let's see, and I apologize if I get any of your usernames incorrect or I pronounce them badly. I'm just a boy. Let's see. Starting off strong, Saras has a couple questions here. What's something you didn't get around to try this year you want to try out next year? Shit. What is something that I didn't get to do this time of year? There's a couple like hiking trails and a couple different lakes that I wanted to try fishing this year that I didn't really get around to, which now moving I probably won't, but is what it is. Number 2, how do you manage stress? That's a good question. I don't. I don't know. I just kind of try not to let it get to me. You know, what's not in my control is not in my control. Stressing won't change that. So I try to do some things that kind of disassociate from, you know, overthinking a bunch. So that can be like playing games, you know, playing my instruments, whatever, cuddling with my cat until I fall asleep. Yeah, probably not healthy things, but that's fine. Are you in a band? No, I've never been in a band. Growing up, all my friends were into rap music, and no one liked like rock or metal or anything like that, so I never got to do that. Are you spiritual? Yes, to an extent, I am. What's something unexpected about you? Unexpected. I'd say unexpected. I'm autistic as fuck, and I keep ants. I have a Tetramorium immigrants colony. I'm not actually autistic, at least not diagnosed. But yeah, I have a pavement ant colony that's about a year old now, and I've wanted to have them for many years since I was a little kid. Yeah, so I was finally able to get around and get one of my first colonies, and I've got a second of red harvester ants coming up as well. Let's see, what is your favorite memory of 2024? Oh boy, fucking quitting my job maybe. I don't know, it's kind of hard to put into words. I got a lot of favorite memories. What's your favorite thing about ASMR for Ash? Easily getting to talk to you guys and responding to comments and getting feedback and hearing your stories for sure. Thing you love most about yourself? Oof. I have random information on a bunch of different stuff from time to time. Number 9, thing you like the least about yourself? Haha. Well, let me get you a list. Number 10, do you believe in love after love? One of those things that I don't like about myself, I am slow as fuck. So, love after love, what does that mean? Like falling in love with someone after your first love? I think so. I forget where I heard it from, but there's this kind of concept of you have 3 loves in your life. The first one is young and stupid, and you don't really know anything about it, and then it just kind of falls away. The second is when you grow up a little bit, and it's a lot more hurtful. It's, you learn from it. You learn what you like and what you don't like about it. And then your third is, the one sort of thing. Not to say that necessarily has to be 3, but, I think something kind of along those lines where, each time we love, we learn. And, that's okay. That was number 10 from Saros. P.S. I left you some scandalous questions on Patreon. Felt more appropriate. Thank you. Let's see. Hearts from X Mila. Alright. That's a cool idea. Here are my questions. Do you listen to ASMR? On occasion. I listen to more like ambient noises really to help fall asleep. Oceans, wind, stuff like that. On the occasion, Dark Souls 2 Marjula theme, because it's fucking goated. What motivated you to start your channel? I did see while I was liking this comment, or while liking some of the comments, quite a few of you asked, and I'll just kind of go over them now. And for the sake of respect and privacy, I won't go into too much detail, but it is to commemorate a very dear friend of mine who is no longer with us. And I used to do something similar for them. I used to do like personal ASMR, completely platonic, nothing like weird. I would just kind of talk about my day. And they suffered from both the fear of the dark and insomnia. So sleeping was a bit tough for them. Oh my god, I'm so sorry that came out of nowhere. But, so I would do like personal ASMR for them. And I thought, both out of a way of coping as well as, I might be able to help people who have similar issues. That's what I started the channel. Yeah, I think that's about all I can say, really. Or all I will say. Favorite ice cream flavor? Ooh. This is gonna get real specific, and I feel like y'all are gonna judge me for this, because I have the palate of a toddler. Cold Stone ice cream specifically, their cotton candy flavor. Goated, the best. Sweet, it's great. But if not that, then pretty much any like mint chocolate chip or mint Oreo is also really good. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you for the question. Dipicaz. All right. QNA. Let's go. Number 1, tell us about your traveling experience and what is the first thing you consider while choosing your destination? That is a good question. I haven't done too much, like, solo traveling. I've mostly gone with, like, family and stuff like that. But on the stuff that I do, it's mostly been about just what there is to do at whatever location. You know, usually when it comes to like sites or like shops, things like that. But yeah. Number 2, tell us something about Gabby, if you're comfortable. Of course, I love my cat. She is my little shadow. I love her very dearly. Something about her I like to share, is her origin story. Funnily enough, I wasn't supposed to have her. I got her by accident. So, for reference, I was never like a pet person growing up. Like, I had like lizards and like a dog at one point. Yeah. I never really thought about a cat. But my sister had always wanted a cat. And for high school graduation, my parents were like, yeah, we'll get her a cat. So they went to the adoption center. I forget what it's called, but like the place where like stray cats are brought in. And they found Gabby. And originally the people, I don't know why, but they were telling my family not to adopt her because she wasn't going to be good for like a family. She was very shy, very skittish, afraid of everyone, and they didn't think that she was going to bond with anyone. But my parents thought that she was cute, so they got her fixed, and then they were going to adopt her. They went to go pick up the cat, and what they got instead was an all gray and kind of like dark furred cat that was a boy. And they were like, this is not the cat that we chose. For reference, Gabby is a calico, so like whites, a little bit of browns, a little bit of gray, in very bright green eyes, green bluish. And they were like, oh shit, well hold on, let's look at our records. Yeah, Gabby's name in the shelter was, oh fuck, what was it? Oh, it was something so stupid because I thought it was like an old rapper's name. Yeah, it was Mrs. Dre. Her name in the fucking adoption shelter was Mrs. Dre, and she had a brother, Mr. Dre, and they got them mixed up, and they fixed the wrong fucking cat. And they were like, that's a complete our bad. If you want, you can just have them. We are not going to charge you anything like that, and we'll go ahead and fix Mrs. Dre right away. So it was like, and my parents were like, you know what, fuck it, sure. So they took home her brother, which we later named Crowley, and brought Crowley over to my sister, and she just fell in love. He was super, super sweet, super friendly, and he basically chose her. And that's when my parents were like, hey, so you want a cat? And I'm like, hey, I don't have a choice, do I? Sure. So we took her home. After, she got fixed. She was super fucking skittish. Ended up finding out that after she came home, she was still kind of drugged up from being fixed. She found a hole underneath the couch, and she managed to get inside the couch to hide. And so we had to cut a hole into the bottom of the couch while it's on its side to get her out. And then we eventually corralled her into my room, and that's where we basically had the cat food, the cat litter, everything in there. And I would basically have my door closed at all times, so it didn't like scare her, because we also had a couple dogs. And it took, I want to say, about like 3 months before she started like coming out. She would hide in my closet, and she would occasionally like come out. And it was about at 3 months that she started kind of comfortably like sniffing around and was like, okay, you're chill. You're just kind of there playing your games. And yeah, things just grew from there. She's become my little shadow. She goes everywhere in this house with me. But yeah, that's the story of our dearest Gabby. Number 3. How do you develop your scripts and what goes through your mind? Because your storytelling and character development is quite interesting. Thank you. What goes through my mind? So, I mean, when it comes to like story building and stuff like that and character development, for some of the things, you know, I kind of take inspiration from a couple different like shows, animes. I play D&D, so like some of the fantasy aspects I kind of take from that. How do I develop my scripts? Well, I kind of start with like a general concept of like, you know, I could actually just pull something up. I have the power, I have the technology. Let's see. We'll go to the latest vampire series. So if you haven't heard it or haven't listened and you don't want spoilers, then, you know, don't be spoiled. Yeah, so I start off with a general concept, and that's just kind of what I want to happen within the story. At the beginning of the script, so I write, you know, there's magic effects, and then he goes about talking about there's a battalion and blah blah blah, and then talking about her guilt, or talking about their guilt, and then, you know, kind of reassuring, then being like, oh yeah, things aren't nearly as bad as they used to be, and then like, oh, where were they used to be, sort of thing. And once I have a concept, then I start writing the script, and I just kind of like zone out and go into character, and I just kind of write. And yeah, I just kind of follow the guidelines of the concept that I wrote, and that kind of helps me keep structure. And what goes through my mind? I mean, it depends, really. I mean, I guess it's just mostly down to what I would find interesting for the story. You know, what the next step should be. Yeah, and as the character development, whenever I do some of these continued series, I try to keep like an underlying theme of character development, if that makes sense. It's like, we'll say, just pull them up here. Yeah, we'll say for like the vampire series, the kind of underlying theme that I wanted to write that people could kind of relate to is, you know, obviously having gone through some kind of harsh, tragic moment in their life, kind of growing cold from it, kind of growing distant, and then finding someone and slowly coming out of their shell. And, you know, if you watch start to finish from the Vampire Lord series, you can kind of see that. You can see at the beginning, he's like, not really giving a fuck, just be like, yeah, I'm gonna use you as like a blood bag, and sure, I'll fucking teach you whatever. And then as the series continues on, he's like, oh yeah, I don't want you getting sick, like, no, come on. And then going to straight up fighting for them in a war, and it's just kind of that story of healing, I guess, is the biggest way I would say it. I mean, same thing with the Drunk Bully series of, you know, kind of putting on a mask of confidence and, you know, charisma, and having that slowly drift away to be, you know, okay, this is the real me. I'm trusting you with the real me. And with the Soft Dom Incubus, it's obviously very much based off of like trauma, abuse, things like that, and slowly learning to trust, slowly learning what comfort is again. And, I guess with the longer storied series that I do like that, that's kind of the general theme that I try to keep to. Yeah. Oh god, I lost my place. There we go. Something you enjoy doing to de-stress yourself. I mean, kind of like I said, just trying to relax, playing games, playing music, whatever, disassociating. Number 5, how you got into guitar and what's your favorite music genre, or maybe your favorite artist, last favorite food. Hell yeah. What got me into guitar? I actually started on bass first. When I was a kid, that there was this like theater that me and my family would go to, and they would do like spoofs of like famous movies or whatever, famous stories, and they would just make it fun and kind of like a comedy. And they had a little side place where musicians played. They had a piano player who sang, they had a drummer, and they had a bass player. And it was actually my sister that told me, you know what you should do? You should play some music. You should learn an instrument, but not something basic like guitar. You should do some cool like bass. And I eventually got a bass, kind of looked into it, and started from there. I later got into guitar because, like I said, all my friends just listened to rap, and I didn't have anyone like to play in a band with, but I wanted to write my own songs and write my own music, so I was like, sure, I'll learn guitar so I can do my own thing. I eventually learned guitar, I learned programming, learned mixing and mastering, and basically had to make my own music entirely on my own. And that's kind of where it went, yeah. Let's see, what's my favorite music? Oh, and the whole mixing and mastering thing, that is how I learned my audio editing skills too, because I use the same program. What's your favorite music? Usually like rock and metal type stuff. I'd say my favorite artist, it definitely changes. I've been going between, as of recent, bit of Sleep Token, a bit of Bad Omens, and a bit of Tool. But of all time, I would say like my favorite instrument player would be Ryan Martini. He is the bass player of Mudvayne, and he is entirely what shaped how I play music and how I play bass. And my favorite food, I would have to say like either pizza or sushi are my go-tos. There we go. Thank you for the questions. Next comment. Oh boy. Zakrawas. Zerawas. ZXREWAS. I apologize. I have no idea. Let's see. Number 1, what is your most fun / most painful script you've written? Oh man, my most fun? I think the most fun would probably have to be the, let me see if I could find it. It's the angel and the devil on your shoulder was really fun. That's a bit of an older video. Yeah, the angel and the devil on your shoulders are fighting again. Because that was more of like a comedy, if anything. I was just kind of goofing around and having fun, just bantering with myself. It's pretty stupid. And then the most painful script, easily, your brain rot boyfriend praises you all night. Kind of, without a doubt, was the most painful. Y'all, if you want to hit up the Patreon, I uploaded that. And don't worry, it's only like 2 minutes long, but it has about like 10 minutes of stupid outtakes of me just giggling and laughing, trying to get through that fucking script. Let's see. Do you have an ASMR VA that you listen to frequently or find inspiring? Interesting. I would probably say at least the VA that got me on the radar about like actually starting a channel, because like I already explained like the reason why I started the channel, but what got the idea in my head was a random video on my YouTube feed, which for the most part was just games and music and stuff. A video by Moonsilk came up, and I listened, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and it kind of got in my head about it. And what's actually really cool is for a brief time while my Discord still worked, I managed to actually like join her Discord server, and you know, was able to say hi and everything there. And Moonsilk, who let me pull up, yeah, 74,000 subscribers. She was actually my very first comment on any of my videos, and I'm pretty sure I physically squealed, or I audibly squealed, like a little schoolgirl. Her saying like, "Oh, that's like, you know, voice sounds like dark chocolate," and I'm like, ah! It's really cool to see. And then honestly, after that is when I started getting like pretty frequent comments too. Do you listen to your videos often? If so, what's the most common one you listen to? I don't listen to my videos, actually. I low-key kind of fucking hate my voice, but I've kind of come to terms with it. Yeah. What is your favorite color and movie? Easily favorite color is dark, vibrant purple. Pretty much the same color as I've made my logo. And my favorite movie, man, that's tough. God, there's so many. I'm just gonna give a little bit of a list because I can't decide on one in particular. Alien vs. Predator movie, I recognize is fucking awful, but it holds a very special place in my heart because I was a huge nerd about that as a kid. And really any of the Alien and Predator movies are really great. The early Jurassic Park movies I loved so much. And then probably one of the more recent ones that I've seen that I would say is one of my favorite is the Neon Genesis Evangelion movie. Is fucking goated. Total mindfuck. Love it. Yeah. I had too many, but it's my love language. I can't help it. So excited for the Q&A. Until then, be safe. Don't push yourself too hard, and take good care of yourself for me. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Next up, Soup5896 asks, can we have a hint about your other channel? I am still trying to figure it out. Oh no. Oh no. I am so sorry. Oh, this is gonna break your heart, but it doesn't exist. It's a little joke that I had going on for like the first year, that I was like, you know, secretly making like edgy content on like another platform sort of thing. It doesn't exist. It was a joke, and I revealed it on April 1st. Which I realized I don't think I made a video explaining that, so I'm sorry for any of you that are figuring it out now. Yeah, no. I guess the closest that I would have, I have somewhat recently made a Patreon for some of the videos that I'm afraid might get taken down on YouTube, because YouTube fucking sucks and refuses to help their content creators. I'm gonna go on a rant. I will not. But yeah, there is a Patreon. It's free. It doesn't have that kind of content. Nothing not safe for work. I like to call it just not safe for YouTube, because sometimes YouTube can think that kissing sounds is too inappropriate and they take it off the platform. So yeah. There is some extra content on there that isn't on YouTube if you wanted to check it out. Next question, Chantelli_K or Chantel_K. Hey, thought I'd leave you a few questions. What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? As I said before, if you could switch lives with any fictional character for a week, who would it be and why? Oh man. Man, that's tough. I don't think I would. Most of the fiction that I take in, like that I like watch or anything like that, I would kind of fucking hate to be in their lives for a week, to be honest. See, I think I would try to fucking pass. If you could have any superpower for a day, what would it be and how would you use it? Oh man. That is a great question. Assuming that things would like still remain when I'm done using the superpower, and I'm gonna need you guys to hear me out. Okay, this is not what you're fucking thinking. Don't you dare try to think badly of me. I would wish to stop time so that I can just sit down for some fucking huge amount of time and just write as many scripts as I can, and so I constantly have a backlog. That is what I would do, because scripts take a very long time for me, because I am very much ADD and I struggle to sit down and do one thing, and to focus on one thing. Number 4, if you're stranded on a deserted island, what 3 items would you want to have with you and why? Ooh, I would probably say some of my multi-tools, or like one of my multi-tools that I have, you know, it's got a little saw, knife, things like that, flint and steel, and I would say a water purifier, like one of those like life straws. Actually, no. Well, yeah, I'll go with those 3, assuming that the deserted island doesn't have any service, or else I would get a phone to try to get help. Okay, bye now. Thank you. Megan Frank 183. Q&A sounds fun. Here's 2 questions for you. What got you into ASMR? Like I said, with my friend, as well as seeing Moonsilk's video on my For You page, it kind of got the idea in my head. And out of all of the videos you made, which one did you have the most fun making? That is a good question. I have to look through them again just to fucking remember them all. I mean, the celebrating Halloween with your Soft Dom Incubus was really fun to do. Because I carved an actual pumpkin for the recording and sliced my fucking thumb open. That was pretty fun. One of the Patreon ones that I did, let me see if I can pull it up. Not that. God, I upload too much. Yeah, your sleep paralysis demon catches you in the moment. That one was pretty fun because I really enjoyed the editing of it. At some point, I might redo it, honestly. Because I did get a couple people saying, like, hey, this is kind of hard to listen to. The effects are a little much. And I realized that I use very high-end studio equipment when I mix and master and everything like that. And sometimes that doesn't always translate over to like earbuds and things like that. So I might redo that one in the future, make it a little bit more tame. But that one was also really fun. Thank you for, oh wait, is there more? Oh no, that was it. Thank you for the question. Lupita4419. Hi, first love your content. After a long day at work, it is great to relax with your aftercare videos. And second, my question is, What is your favorite mythological creature and why? Ooh, mythological creature and why? I would say I've always been a huge fan of the Loch Ness Monster. Would be my go-to. I've always just thought it was cool. It's kind of fucking scary in a way, like deep water, deep dark water sort of thing. Yeah, I'd say that. And thank you very, very much. I think I just clipped the shit out of the mic. That's my bad. Broken Rose 5421. Let's see. Number one, if you make fan merch, what kind of merch would it be? I don't know. Maybe the what's those like eye masks that you wear to sleep that just like block out light? I think that'd be kind of cool. What is your favorite anime? I like shonen and seinen anime. Hell yeah. I have I have like ass taste, because I get very easily affected by media. So I watch a lot of like slice of life and just wholesome like stuff, usually like rom-coms. My favorites, I mean, some of the favorites I would have to say, like either like Konosuba is pretty funny, Kaguya Love is War is great, Neon Genesis Evangelion, not wholesome, not slice of life, but it is a work of art. Yeah. If you were a billionaire, what's the first thing you'll do? I mean, besides the boring stuff of like investing and, you know, making sure that my billion is safe, probably just find a nice house somewhere and just kind of settle down, and just focus on art and stuff like that. That being like music and the channel and things like that. And, yeah, probably run like some charity events and shit like that, because I can't fathom what I would do with a fucking $1 billion. What is your Spotify Wrapped? I don't know how, but all my friends do it, and I never figured out how. I've looked it up. I don't understand, but it would likely be just a lot of different rock and metal bands, as well as my guilty pleasure, nerdcore, which is music based off of anime, games, shows, stuff like that, which can be a mix of genres from rock to rap to alternative stuff like that. What would you do would you do a live stream someday? I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be pretty fun. I'd be very curious to see if you guys would be interested in that. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of the software, but I'm sure I could learn. Mexican food or British food? Well, I won't say any names, but there's a particular beef I got with beans on toast. So I'm gonna have to go with Mexican food. Save the cutest puppy in the world or save the $1 billion from the fire. Oh, you're gonna make me the evil guy. You know what? I'll save the $1 billion and I'll spend a shit ton of it on what was it, like shelters and stuff like that. That cutest puppy will be the Jesus to the puppy world, and will save many, many, many more. Sorry if the questions were weird. I really just want to know. P.S. I first listened to your audios last year because my anxiety and depression is really bad, and it affects my everyday life, and your voice makes me feel calmer. I genuinely think you make the best audios on here. Again, I'm sorry for the little vent. I just wanted to tell you that. Aw, well, thank you very much. I am really happy to hear that I can help with that in any way that I can, and know that we're all in it together. We're going through it, and we're gonna get out of it. Let's see, next on. Signal Citroball. Number 1, what is your zodiac sign? Cancer. Number 2, what's your favorite genre of music? Rock and metal stuff, really. Then favorite food, like I said, either pizza or sushi. Thank you. Fucking Kermit the Frog here. Nisa underscore Alda says, yay. Number 1, if you were a spice, what kind of spice would you be? Ooh. I feel like I would be something like a cinnamon. Like something that's not necessarily sweet, but like you associate with sweet things. Yeah, it's got a little bit of edge to it. Yeah. What is your favorite item in your room right now? Oh man. I would say, yeah, that's fucking tough. I would say, like, besides my computer setup that lets me do what I do, it would be my oldest bass that I got. It is a Warwick Corvette rock bass 4. And it's got like a orangey, like dark red kind of sunburst finish on it. Excuse me. And it's my oldest, or it's like one of my favorite basses. It's technically the second one I ever got. I used my first bass, which was a really shitty Rogue, and then a Spider 3 guitar amp, to trade it in for this bass. And it was actually able to cover most of it, which I don't think they realized just how expensive this thing should be. But yeah. It's been my go-to. I've written fucking countless songs on it. Yeah, and it's probably my favorite. Let's see, number 3. If you have an unlimited budget, what items you have to get / need to get? Unlimited budget. I mean, does that count like for like a fucking house and shit like that? Like property, land? Yeah, I guess something like that. Some other realistic things. I've been curious about getting, or at least looking into getting, like one of those head mics, that people use for ASMR. I realize, like, what I got going on right now is 2 SM7Bs going into Cloudlifter preamps going into my 18i8 interface. And so that lets me get some level of like stereo that's of a high quality, but for like classic like ASMR sounds when it comes to like ear rubs and stuff like that, it's just not quite the same. So that'd be kind of cool to get. Thank you for the question. Next up, Denny, as I like to read it, or @d.i.n.i_. So Q&A for my birthday gift. Hey, happy birthday. Who is your favorite ASMR or RPVA? Like I said, I'd probably have to say Moonsilk. I don't really listen to too many like voice ASMR stuff. I usually listen to like ambient sounds, and if I'm being totally honest, I kind of don't pay attention to who uploads them, unfortunately. But yeah. Number 2, of all the audios you made, which one is your favorite? Oh, that one's tough. I don't know. There's a lot of them that I look back on and kind of wish that I did more with. With like, say, the ASMR voice gain sentience one, that was kind of like a one-off that I really liked the idea of, and then I decided to continue it. And I think probably the next up that I might continue is going to be the enemy knight reluctantly cuddles you during a blizzard. I really like that story and the kind of world building I did there. And it wasn't originally received like all that much. Like when it came out, it wasn't really talked about that much. But later on, as of recent, I've gotten quite a few requests, so I'll probably continue that series once I get the time. And once I figure out where I'm going to take the story, because I didn't really write it to be a continued series, like with my Vampire Lord series, or my the Drunk Bully, the Soft Dom Incubus. I kind of wrote all those knowing I would continue them. Yeah. Let's see, I'm just opening a bunch of tabs. Where was I? What movies do you watch when you're feeling sad or uninspired? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I have any. I don't really watch too many movies nowadays. I've never really been a movie guy. I think it kind of ties down to my ADD of not really being able to sit down and sit still for or focus on something for too long. So I rarely watch movies on my own. Do you like traveling? Is there any destinations you like to visit someday? Yeah, I would say I enjoy traveling to an extent. I'd love to go to like Ireland at some point. I think there's a lot of different sites that seem beautiful there. Some of the cities and towns seem pretty cool. Maybe Canada. That'd be cool. Thank you for the questions. Thank you very much. Next up. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Bella Schmink. I think I got Bella Schmink. 9783. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that right or wrong. So excited. Do you have any pets? Yeah, I got my cat Gabby, and I got the Tetramorium immigrans pavement ant colony, as well as I just recently got a red harvester ant queen, which I forget the genus name of. Any pastimes you want to try? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't sleep too well. Pastimes, music, I play games, I write stories for like D&D and stuff like that. Yeah, I run a game for my friends. Anything else? I mean, besides like hiking, fishing, things like that. I totally lost my place. There we go. MBTI, please. This is another moment where I am slow as fuck and I don't know what that is. MBTI, free personality test. Myers-Briggs type indicator. I've not taken it, so I unfortunately do not know. And do I collect anything? I'm a little insane. I have a collection of 732 and counting washi tapes. Another moment in which I am stupid as fuck and I don't know what that is. Oh, that's pretty cool. Different kind of pretty colored tapes. Hell yeah, I fuck with it. Do I collect anything? I mean, at this point, I would say I fucking collect instruments. I have way too many. I've got a lot of guitar and basses, and some like weirder instruments. I got a banjo. I got a synthesizer. Most of the stuff I have put away. I've got a couple thumb pianos, ukulele. I had a mandolin at one point, but I had to get rid of it. One thing I would say I can currently use. Oh god. To give you a little listen. My recent addition is a tiny tongue drum. I don't know how to play it, but it makes nice sounds and it makes me happy. Yeah. And it's purple. Yeah. Thank you very much for the question. Let's see. Oh man, y'all have such hard hard usernames to pronounce, and it's a profile picture of a Ritz cracker. Arau, RAU 4263. Yippee! I can't wait. Do you have a specific goal or dream for your ASMR channel in the future? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm taking this. I'm just kind of going, and I'm just kind of enjoying the ride while I'm here. You know, I like if I could do like live streams and stuff. I've kind of considered doing some like other type of content, whether it's about my music stuff or playing games. I'm not really sure if that's the kind of stuff that you guys would want to see or what you'd want to watch. So feel free to let me know. It's been a curiosity of mine, just to kind of share those like other aspects of what I do. Number 2, have you ever considered doing live ASMR sessions, or do you prefer pre-recorded? Yeah, I mean, sorry, I was kind of lagging there. And by lagging, I mean I'm just slow. Yeah, I've considered doing them live. If I were to do them live, I think you'd be mostly just like comfy kind of chatting, really. And maybe doing some like, you know, gentle like ear wipe sort of thing. When it comes to the pre-recorded stuff, that's just a lot easier for me to like improvise or do like story stuff, because for one, I can read off of a script, and two, I fuck up a lot in my recordings. I fumble my words, I have weird mouth noises that don't sound good, and yeah. But I think I'd like to, if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, I'd be down for it. And number 3, if you weren't creating ASMR, what do you think you'd be doing instead? And what do you enjoy doing outside of creating ASMR? I've been doing just my normal thing, I guess, what I typically do. To be honest, you know, I don't make ASMR for money or anything like that. It's not like it's my livelihood. It's just kind of one of the things that I do. So if I weren't doing it, I'd just be doing my other hobbies more often, I guess. You know, trying to make music, playing games, hanging out, that sort of thing. And then I think I've kind of adequately answered what I enjoy doing outside of ASMR. And then they say, love you too, love you more. Ha! Thank you for the question. South Denim asks, how has your 2024 been treating you? Was there anything special that happened or you learned? It treated me. It was a year of learning, is what I'll say. It was a year of fucking around and finding out. And that's kind of all I did that year. Anything special that happened or that you learned? Yeah, I mean, the stuff that happened in October, doing 2 videos every week, was definitely a learning experience. Definitely know that's too much for me to consistently do. I just barely made it. Hey, and just another example of things that get in their way of recording. Sometimes my fucking, like, lights will flicker and then all of a sudden I can't hear myself anymore. Like, I have to restart my computer entirely just for my program to work. It's stupid. What fucking question was I on? Let's see. Treating you. How do you stay... There we go. How do you stay grounded in an online world that can be overwhelming at times? Disassociating, really. Just kind of thinking of other shit. Focusing on other things. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. When everything is online and everything is just kind of in your face all the fucking time, you can... Oh, and there's another example of... Jesus Christ. Of things that get in the way, is the garage door opening and shaking the whole room. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, in a world where everything is so readily available, you kind of just gotta focus on what's right in front of you at times. You know, bad things are happening everywhere, and if we focus on that, then it's just gonna make what seems to be in front of us awful. And sometimes what's in front of us isn't always awful, so I just try to focus on that, I guess. Have you ever felt any pressure to compromise your own creative vision, not just in reference to ASMR, to please others? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I would say so. In some of my videos, like the way that I edit or the way that I upload, things like that. But not too much, really. I don't take things too seriously anymore. At least when it comes to, you know, art in a sense, whether it's ASMR or music or anything like that. I just don't take it serious, you know. I don't make money off of it or anything like that. I'm not looking to make money off of it. It's not my living or anything like that, and so I just kind of do it. I just do it for fun. Do you think your content reflects who you are as a person, or who you want to be, or is it just content? Yeah, I'd say it definitely reflects. Each of like the continued series that I've done have definitely been some level of aspect of myself. Whenever I do write characters, it does kind of come from a deeper place, and yeah, you know, I'm just wanting to help, any way I can, any way that I can make someone, how do you put it? If I can be of help to someone, I want to be, and so that's what I do. Hope you're doing well, lovely. Thank you for the consideration. The universe is always thinking of you. Happy New Year's. Thank you, and Happy New Year's. Nesnia asks, what made you do ASMR and why specifically this genre, like boyfriend comfort? And do you consume ASMR content for yourself as well? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, like I said, I mostly listen to like ambient sounds. And I kind of went over like what started me on ASMR, and I'd say the boyfriend comfort stuff is mostly just what comes naturally. I've kind of explained in some of the comments that I've had that when it comes to some of the more serious topics of things, that I typically want to make sure that I do them right. I want to make sure that I put in the time that they deserve, the script writing that they deserve. And I don't always have that time, unfortunately. Life is crazy. And so the boyfriend and like comfort audios are just kind of what come naturally to me, I'd say. It's easiest for me to improvise something and to make content that people seem to enjoy. Thank you for the question. I recognize the profile picture, but I can never get the name. VNC0OP3R. Hey, I'm so excited for this. How are you doing? Everything okay? I'm good. I'm vibing. I'm straight chilling. Hope everything is good for you as well. Number 1, what is your New Year's resolution? To find peace, or to make my own peace, I would say. What is the best anecdote you have to tell and share? This is another example of me being slow as fuck and having to look up the definition of a fucking anecdote. I think I know what it means. It's like a saying. A short, amusing, of interesting story about a real incident or person. Yeah, I would say, stressing and overthinking never helps. No matter how much you stress about a situation, it won't change it. So just kind of let it go. Life isn't all that serious. And this is more of a thing personally from me. But growing up, I always wanted to be the kind of old man that has a story for everything and that can just fucking yap all the time. So I just say yes to things. I just say fucking do it. And I just kind of live what I live. Number 3, what would it be like to be you for a day? What do you normally do? As of recent, packing. That's kind of it. Packing, a lot of vacuuming, a lot of Windex. Okay. My apologies. Cuddling with my cat, playing games at night, staying up way too late. Yeah. What are little things that cause you genuine joy? Gabby does one of these things where I'm like a side sleeper. Like I kind of sleep on my side, half on my belly. I'm like turned over, and I keep a pillow like by my side. And Gabby at night, every time I go to bed, she hops up and she lays and spoons with me on that pillow, and I just kind of reach an arm down and I just like hold her. And she always does this weird fucking thing where, like, obviously if you're like petting a cat or like you're patting them, they meow or like chirp or whatever. But I'll just hold her and she just does it in fucking nonstop. She's like, meh, 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 meh. It'll take like a couple minutes for her to chill out. And it's really cute. Are you someone who is greatly involved in the ASMR community? Has becoming an ASMR content creator changed your life from what it used to be when you didn't have the channel? Have you met people who are also ASMR content creators and maybe become close friends with them over time? Unfortunately not. I am low-key very shy. Yeah, I'm very shy. So I'd love to meet some other ASMR content creators. I'd love to be in contact and to talk, bounce ideas off of one another. I think that'd be really cool to do some collaborations. If I'm being completely honest, I just don't know where to start. I just don't know. And yeah, life has definitely changed since I started the channel. Your guys' positivity has been an absolute help in my life. It's been a continuous positive influence on me. And yeah. Have you watched the second season of Hell of a Boss? It's fire. Fuck yeah, I have. Oh my god. Spoilers. Millie's fucking pregnant? What? How did that happen? Millie's pregnant. Fucking Stolas is gonna lose his kid. Oh my god. Everything's on fire, but kind of wholesome, but also kind of scary. Damn. Number 7, what got you into playing bass guitar? Are you self-taught or did you go to classes at some point? I kind of already explained how I got into it, but I am not self-taught. I did it for a couple months before I started lessons with a really cool teacher who got me, who kind of understood that I was slow as fuck and learning sheet music wasn't really my thing. And so he just taught me how to play instead. So yeah, it's really cool. He actually, when I switched over to guitar, I first had this really, really shitty Ibanez Geo that its tremolo was all fucked. It was missing a whammy bar. The nut slot was like slightly off, and it was just an awful fucking guitar. I got it for like $20. And him seeing that, then this was after like 3 years of seeing him as my teacher or something like that. He actually got me a guitar. He told me like, hey, I got this guitar on layaway for a while, and I kind of fucking forgot about it. But if I take it home, I just brought home like a $900 guitar, and my wife's gonna fucking kill me. Do you want it? It's pretty cheap. Do you want it? I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And yeah, it is a red and white J Tercer Telecaster with a golden humbucker in the neck. and it's got some gold hardware, maple neck, maple fretboard, and it is the guitar that I learned on, and it is fucking sick, and I love it. Number 8, who do you look up to? It could be a future version of yourself that you aspire to be someday. Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I'd really say, I look up to a lot of the different content creators on this platform, being able to be so active and on so often. And I'd say my dad as well. He's a very, very hardworking man. Always does his best for the family and for his wife, and to make sure that everything's good. What is the possibly cool-ass backstory behind your username? You don't have to answer this one. I know it's personal. I already answered it. It's to commemorate my friend. Their name was Ash. I don't know if there's anything else about that story I can really say, but that's the story of it. What does your setup look like? Does it match your vibe as a person and or the content of this channel? It's a little messy. I got a big old, long glass desk, and then to the side is an actual studio desk. I've technically got 3 monitors, but I really only use 2 because one of them is a fucking TV that I have on my studio desk. Excuse me. And then my main SM7B that I use for all of my audio is on a Rode, I think it's a PSA-1 boom arm, and then to my side I've got like a Proline mini boom mic stand with the SM7B on it that I kind of set to the side on my studio desk when I'm not using it. And I've got all of my instruments behind me. I've got a keyboard to the side of me that I still don't know how to play. Let's see. And 11. What are your dreams? Would you eventually like to get engaged or become rich? Maybe you just want to enjoy life. Maybe you want to save up in order to afford college and eventually get a degree in whatever subject you wish to pursue. I don't know what my dreams are. I'm kind of lost. I'm living life day by day, figuring shit out. I don't think college is in the cards for me. I've never really been the academic sort, and for the kind of interests that I have, college isn't necessary, I guess. Becoming engaged or rich, I don't know. Nothing's really on my radar. I'm just kind of trying to find my own peace, trying to learn to be content, and trying to be happy. Thank you for the questions. Dreams0120. Would you rather speak every language in the world or be able to speak to animals? Who's your favorite artist? If you could design a tattoo, what kind of tattoo would you create? Do you speak any other languages? Would I rather speak every language in the world or be able to speak to animals? Ooh. Man, that's tough. I feel like animals, because then I could tell my ants to stop being stubborn fucking dickheads and move into their new enclosure, and I could hear Gabby yap at me all the time. Who's your favorite artist? Like I said, it's kind of always changing. I've been listening to a lot of Bad Omens, Sleep Token, and Tool as of late. If you could design a tattoo, what kind of tattoo would you create? I've kind of been thinking about one, that's like a Dark Souls inspired one, of the bonfire with the coiled sword stuck in it, straight up, and then above it is the dark sign sun. I think that'd be pretty cool. And do you speak any other languages? Not really. I know a little bit of Spanish. And it's not great. It's barely enough to get me going by. I learned a little bit of it in school as well as working in a kitchen for a while. Thank you for the questions. Leah-D9U9ZS, what's your MBTI? As we learned earlier, I'm stupid and I've never taken the test. So sorry. I do not know. Thank you for the question. Rena Chicken, cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay. What hardware and programs do you use for recording and mixing? May you recommend something? Yeah, like I said, I use the SM7B going into the Cloud Lifter, going into my Scarlett 18i8. What that means is the SM7B is my microphone. If you were to start new, I would suggest their updated version. They released the SM7DB, which is basically the same microphone, but it's got the Cloud Lifter built in, and it'll save you a little bit of money. And then the Scarlett 18i8, it's a little overkill for what I need. I just wanted more than 2 inputs because I, keep my guitars and stuff in, as well as 2 mics at the same time. And if I wanted to do any MIDI or anything like that, I could do that. As of the programs, I use Reaper. It's both on Mac and PC. It's free trial, but you can also buy it, and you don't lose anything. That's cool. It's very open source, so you do kind of seek out a lot of programs to work with it, or a lot of plugins and effects to use. Yeah. As of other programs, I mean, for what I use on my voice most of the time, let me pull it up. I use a couple different compressors, usually the default stuff. I use a Dragonfly reverb on most of my stuff that uses reverb. It's got a couple different hall settings, and it's really easy to use. And there's one other that I can't remember the fucking name of. Where is it? Well, eQuick, that's a good EQ that I like to use that gives you a live time, what the EQ spectrum is. Oh my god, what is it called? It's like... Oh, these are all instruments. I have way too many plugins. Filtered audio, contact, new. I'm so sorry. This is taking way too long. Let me see. Maybe it's like mute or sound. Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. Recently used. Come on. Sample, Dragonfly, M-Voice. Clarity, that's what it is. Clarity VX is one of the biggest things that I use. It basically helps drown out some background noise. You can't really hear it after the fact, but whether it's like some cars going outside, it can kind of mute. My fans on my computer going out, or my computer fans, it kind of drowns it out. And yeah, it's pretty good. You just can't use it live. Like if I when I'm recording, I can hear myself, but if I have that effect on, because it's so much, it kind of delays my voice and it fucks with me recording. So I just listen to myself without any effects, then add it afterwards. When you're recording audios, do you work on one script or several at a time? I mean, you record different scripts for several days in a row and then mix the audio as needed, or specifically record one. It would be smart if I just did this long fucking recording session, but unfortunately I don't have the time. So yeah, I write a script, and then once it's done, usually the next day when I have my morning voice, and once I'm properly warmed up, that is when I go and record. Would you like to collaborate with another VA, or do VAs are hanging out together behind the mic? That'd be fun. I'd love to do that. I just don't know anyone. Like I said before, I'm very shy, and I just kind of don't know where to start with like doing something like that. With doing collaborations on like a semi like business level, I don't know. And about music, it would be great to listen to the music you listen to. Can you please make a playlist, for example, in Spotify, or just text lists with your music? Yeah, I can pull up my Spotify, see some of the dudes that I listen to. I already kind of mentioned some of the recent ones. I'd say, what else do I have? Some of the other bands that I listen to pretty consistently, Starset, Unlike Pluto, Architects is another good one. And then stuff that I grew up with really is like Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamin, Disturbed, a lot of the new metal kind of stuff. I do have some AJR on my playlist. Anything else? A Day to Remember, classic. And yeah, I'd say those were the biggest ones. If I'm listening to my nerdcore stuff, it's a lot of like Fable, JT Music, Divide Music, Daddy Fat Snaps, Rusted, stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you for the question. M Forever 7. Are you fond of books? If so, which of your most favorite book have you read recently? I don't read a lot, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, I don't read, really. I'd say one of the ones that I do like... Oh, no, I think I put it away. Oh, no, what is it called? I'm horrible at these things. There it is. One of the books that I read a while ago that I really liked was The Four Agreements. It's kind of a... what is it? It's for mental health stuff. You know, kind of calming down your mind, figuring shit out. It's nice. Thank you for the comment. Cute little pet X3, and it's a cute little shark as their profile picture. It would, I believe so, greatly please me to formally inquire towards you that which is your favorite color. It is the dark, vibrant purple that I use on my profile picture. Thank you for asking. Caraway Films, what's your favorite part of making audios? I guess just releasing them and getting to talk to you guys, really. You know, recording can be frustrating at times because of all the issues that come up, me fumbling, you know, doors opening and slamming, programs deciding to just shit themselves and not work at all, all that kind of thing. Editing can just take so fucking long, and especially for some of the longer videos that I have to listen to over and over and over for, like, you know, remixing, remastering, making sure everything's right, making sure I didn't fuck up any of the editing. That can be a little frustrating, but it definitely makes it worth it getting to hear from you guys. Thank you for the question. Mad for Red, are you ever gonna get a... My goodness, I'm so sorry. Are we ever gonna get a face reveal? I don't know. It's not really in the cards for me right now. I kind of like keeping it anonymous. Thank you for asking. Tassia _CCDD. Here I come. Haha. So in the last video, which I loved, by the way, you said you kind of started this for fun and that you'd only make a couple of videos. So what brought you or encouraged you to do it? And when was the moment that made you stay? Yeah, I kind of gone over like what started the channel and everything like that, what encouraged me to actually begin it. What was the moment that made you stay? Ah, man. I feel like the cop out. I feel like I'm just using a cop out of being like you guys, but honestly, just you guys. Being able to hear from you guys every day, being able to hear your stories, and knowing that I can actually do something to help. It really means a lot to me. And it's pretty much the sole reason why I do what I do, if I'm honest. Yeah, so thank you guys. Kikatar asks, what is your favorite dinosaur? I'm a Jurassic Park nerd, so I gotta go with Spinosaurus. Easy. Thank you for asking. Just another tiff. Says, fun. What band or song has been on your top rotation this year? Definitely been Sleep Token. I'd say out of their songs, let me pull it up. Oh no, where is it? There we go, like songs. Either Take Me Back to Eden, Rain is probably the one if I'm being honest. Rain's gonna be the one. What movie / TV show do you quote the most? I don't know. There's a couple. Friends, the fucking pivot scene kind of comes to mind. One of my friends and I also have this inside joke about Arcane with Milo. So it's like the scene in season 1 where I was just like, do you see this face? Do you know what this means? And it's mostly, we use it as an inside joke of like, stop being mean to yourself. And so we'll just say Milo because that's kind of what was happening in that scene. It's stupid. What is your go-to comfort meal / food? I would say when I was a kid, my mom used to make these pizza rolls where she would cut a bread loaf in half, or like a dinner roll in half, put cheese on it, a little bit of pepperoni, and a little bit of black olives, and stick it in the oven, and it would be just like a little bread pizza. And I would say that's my go-to. Favorite dessert? Oh, it's killing me. I'm a boy with a sweet tooth. So I would say like, I kind of just gotta go with ice cream if I'm being honest. Pie is also goated. Love it. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Holy shit, that was only one YouTube post. My other post, which has a little bit less on it. Let's see. This is still YouTube. Second post, Minodori4331 says, hi Ash, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. My dearest question would be, what do you look for in a partner the most, and a pet peeve? I don't know. I've kind of not really been looking for a partner. So it's kind of not really, been on my mind if I'm being honest. And as of a pet peeve, I guess just like either like a lack of self-awareness or like being rude in like the little ways, I guess. Like, if you're shitty to your waiter or your server or your customer service person, immediate turn off. If you don't put the cart back in the the cart area at the grocery store, immediate turn off. Shit like that. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Baba Ganoush 1775 asks, thank you for all you do, Ash. I hope 2025 is an amazing year for you. Thank you very much. That is very sweet, and I hope it's lovely for you too. What does it mean to be a man to you? How do you how do you connect to the concept of divine masculinity or masculine energy? And do you have any interest in spirituality? I cannot read. This is why it takes so long to get audios out. What does it mean to be a man to you? That is a great question. And kind of a tough one. Because what is a man, honestly? I would say just being the best person that you can be. Being the strongest person that you can be. To help and protect and to, I suppose, like teach. Not necessarily like adults, but like in a parental, a parental kind of idea. But I would say it's definitely like a protective thing. If you have any thoughts or opinions on spiritual awakening, trauma healing, chakras, energy, or similar topics, I would love to hear. Thanks for all you do, again, to bring calm, fun, entertainment, and healing to your listeners, and making the world a better place for your art. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. I don't know if I have too much to say, if I'm honest. I'm honestly not super knowledgeable on anything like chakras or energy like that. But I think just at the end of the day, just the world is flawed and everyone hurts. And so whatever we can to make the world a gentler place, whatever we can do to make living a bit easier for not only ourselves, but for everyone. I think that's very important. Thank you for asking. Ache for Blake asks, hello, I hope you're doing well too. I don't comment much on YouTube videos often, but I want to participate. I love listening to your audios and they help me to relax and de-stress from my worries. I'm very happy to hear. Thank you. What are your hobbies outside of work? What is your favorite drink? If you watch TV shows, what is your favorite, and are you currently watching? Sorry if any of these questions were asked already. No worries. Can't help it. Hobbies outside of work? I don't think really anything else that I haven't already said. What is your favorite drink? I mean, are we talking alcoholic or if we're just casual drink? I'm not gonna lie, I'm vanilla as fuck. I'd kind of just drink water. If not, I guess like Propel is pretty good. I usually like to start my day with a Propel because it hydrates me. If you want, what is my favorite drink? If it is alcohol, I'm not gonna lie, I hate the taste of most alcohol. Like, I don't like the burn. I'm a little bit of a bitch. So I like really fruity drinks that mask that. I would say one of my favorite ones is getting a screwdriver that I make with orange juice and Pinnacle whipped vodka, which makes it like kind of like a orange creamsicle popsicle kind of flavor. It's pretty good. Besides that, if I'm doing just straight alcohol, I mix. This is super fucking stupid. I get jars, and I fill those jars with sugar-free sweet tarts, and I'll put them in the jars. Organized by flavor, so grape, green apple, orange, lemon, and cherry. And I will also fill them with Pinnacle whipped vodka. And after a couple days, they just completely dissolve into it. And you just get this really sweet drink that mitigates the burn of the nasty, vodka taste. And I'll just put that on ice, and it's really good. But be careful if you do decide to do that. It catches up on you. You'll be drinking it, and it'll taste like a candy, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, the world is crashing down on you. So please be careful. Drink responsibly. If you watch TV shows, what is your favorite, and are you currently watching? Not really any TV shows, no. I mean, I've just kind of recently finished Arcane, if you count that. It's an animated series, and it's pretty fucking great. I loved it. Thank you for asking. Oh boy. AF-FG1RR. I've been wondering about your channel name. Who is Ash and what inspired the channel title? That was kind of gone over, but thank you for asking. Jasper Femboy. Let's see, got mine and can't wait. I hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself during this busy time. Love you. Oh. Wait. Okay, maybe it's on Patreon. I realized that I already responded. Hi, hope you're doing well. Love you too. Mwah. Let's see. Vicious_0301. Asked mine on Patreon and can't wait for the first to get a break from work for once and spend the entire day de-traumatizing my cats from the fireworks. Should probably stock up on treats. Hope you're doing fine, and NYE fireworks won't be too bad for Gabby. I already responded to this, but I did want you guys to know in case you were wondering. Gabby is very brave. Few things bother her besides new people in her territory. So she didn't give a fuck about the fireworks, thankfully. Esto1126, I found your channel a few months ago when I was having an emotional breakdown, and it literally saved my sleep. Even just the audio made me feel the love from your voice. I wish nothing but the best. Or I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that I can help in any way that I can. And I hope I can continue helping. My question is, how would you describe your personality in real life? I mean, I think this is a pretty accurate representation. Kind of just chill. I could be a sarcastic asshole sometimes. And yeah, I mean, I would say this is pretty accurate. Thank you for asking. Sarah IVR70 says, not a question, just wanted to let you know I've been sleeping really well since I started listening to you, and it's been a great time altogether. I wish you a good year and great health along the way. Thank you very much. I wish you a greater year and a greater health along the way. Thank you very much. Hellquin Noir. I've been tangled up in a pre-op for tomorrow's surgery that I completely zoned out. I've not had the chance to check out what's already been asked, so apologies if they are repeats. Do you yourself enjoy the... Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. Do you yourself enjoy watching ASMR content? And if so, got any fave creators? Yeah, like I said, I mostly just listen to ambient sounds, and unfortunately I don't pay attention to who posts them. But besides that, I guess Moonsilk makes some great content, kind of inspired what I do. Some favorite music artists or inspirations for what you try and write? Definitely Mudvayne would be the biggest, I'd say. Mudvayne and probably like Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park kind of new metal type stuff. Any guilty pleasures, media, food, etc. I guess nothing that hasn't already been said. I'd probably consider those like pizza roll things a guilty pleasure as well as some of my nerdcore stuff that I listen to. Lastly, just a big thank you for being awesome. You've helped me get to sleep a lot lately and given me so much needed comfort. I'm very happy to hear, and I'm very glad that I can help, and I hope that you get to sleep well. Thank you for asking. Yes, that's English. Signal Citraball, kind of a specific question, but what's your favorite guitar model? Ooh. If we're talking general stuff, I've always been a Telecaster guy. Going from bass to guitar, it was already hard enough because everything just felt so fucking tiny. So I was never really into the like short scale stuff or like Ibanez things where it's like just super flat board, and I've never really been into the whole like trem system stuff. I've usually preferred hardtails. If we're talking about specific guitar model, oh man, that's tough. I'm just looking back at all the ones I have right now, if I'm honest. I would say some of my favorites that I at least have. I've got a Chapman ML3 Telly that has got 2 humbuckers, flame maple top. It's all gray and black. Sick as fuck. Sounds phenomenal. I've got it in drop C right now. Besides that, I've also got, what's this brand called again? It's a Sub-Zero guitar. I don't think they make them anymore, but it's also a Telecaster, but it's a baritone. 2 humbuckers, and I've got it in drop A right now. It's really fucking cool. Besides that, the one I can actually grab. Oh my god, I'm crushing everything. Probably the newest one, so the collection that I've got that is pretty cool is a Squier Bass 6. I got it in all black, and I changed out the pickup cover to be all black to match, and I actually got rid of all the pickups, and I got I want to say it's a Seymour Duncan Dark Winter or Black Winter or something like that. It's a humbucker that's made for like super low tunings, and I've just got that in the bridge, and so no other pickups, so it's just like all sleek looking, and I've got a silver pickup cover to match the hardware, and I've currently got it in I've got that in drop C, so I guess double drop C, and it's pretty fun. I've been trying to figure out what I want to write on this one. It is a fucking beast. Try not to break anything. Thank you for asking. Carrier or Carrier 2634 asks, I love how original your videos are. Do you brainstorm ideas / do research, or do they come naturally and you hit record and go with a feeling? I absolutely brainstorm ideas. I try to think about them all the time, about different concepts and what I can do. And it'll hit me at the weirdest moments, and I'll just have to quickly pull up Google Docs just to write it. And yeah. But when it comes to my improv audios, those are usually just like, oh fuck, I haven't had time to write anything. Alright, just click, press record, and I start going. Thank you for asking. Japanese Mythology 5499 asks, I've been a huge fan of your videos. How do you avoid getting burnt out? First of all, thank you. Second of all, I don't. I don't know. I try to take breaks when I can. It's just a huge fucking balance that I suck at, if I'm honest. It's weird to think that like a video every 2 weeks can be as like a video or two every 2 weeks can be as tough as it is, but creatively and time-wise with everything else going on in life, it can be a fucking struggle. So I just try my best to get it while I can. As of not getting burnt out, I try to occupy myself with a different creative duties, so I'm not doing the same thing over and over. Thank you for asking. Mermaid791, what is your most favorite comment, message, DM that you ever received about one of your audios making an impact on someone? Oh, I don't think I can just choose one of them. I mean, you know, the amount of bravery that it takes, you know, to be as open as, you know, as some can be to, you know, say that is really inspiring, and it's really, really appreciated, and I'm just super happy that I can help everyone as much as I do. Yeah, Yeah. Thank you for asking. What is your motivation? You guys. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. Just being able to hear you guys and talk to you guys and have fun little interactions, have fun little inside jokes, and just, the general positivity of it all. Thank you for asking. Broken Rose 5421, hello. What do you think about Luigi Mangione? Is that the guy that fucking shot that CEO? Luigi Mangione. Yeah, this guy. I'll be honest, I don't have much of an opinion. I kind of don't pay attention to the news that much because it's just constant negativity, and I don't really have much of a political opinion on that sort of stuff, so, ain't much to say, I guess. Thank you for asking. Philocali Advocate as a big or small highlight from 2024. Another year without a permanent YouTube strike. We were close. We were real fucking close. But thankfully, every time you do get a strike or like a warning, you take this little video of saying, oh yeah, this is what you're not supposed to do. That, the type of video that doesn't actually answer your question. And after that, after 3 months, the warning goes away. So if I were to get another strike after that warning, then I'd get a permanent strike. But thankfully, there was enough time in between that I didn't get that. Thank you for asking. Dipikaz asks, Ash, are you okay? Did you took some time off to decompress yourself? I'm doing all right, yeah. Taking a bit of time off, it's, how do I put it? There's still a lot going on, but I really appreciate you guys being as understanding and patient with me as you are. With taking a break on the ASMR stuff, it's really just like, just one more thing that's, I don't have to worry about. And thankfully, I know I've got a very, very kind and understanding community that's not going to constantly be pressuring me like, hey, when's the next video sort of thing. And I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for asking. Casper XO9215 asks, do you plan on putting up a paywall for your Patreon content in the future? And if so, how much would it be? I don't. No. I don't think I make the kind of content that would require a paywall or anything like that, and I don't really do this channel for money either. I made sure that the Patreon was completely free. On my normal YouTube videos, I specifically choose the option not to monetize them, so there isn't any ads. And I tried to do the same with the YouTube Shorts, but I don't think it gives me an option to not monetize them. But all in all, I don't make money off of this. This is purely just me doing it. And I don't really have any plans for the future of me doing this, unless I'm going to be doing it full time, which is fucking inconceivable to me, considering I can barely do a video every 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't have any plans for that now. Thank you for asking. Megan Frank 183. Do you watch your ASMR videos after you post them? And do you watch other ASMR videos? I do not, no. Like I said, I kind of don't like my voice, but as of stuff that I watch, I usually just watch ambient themes, or listen to ambient themes more, so. Thank you for asking. Red Cross-B9Z asks, do you like reading? If so, what do you read? And they also said, and I almost forgot, but will or can you do more Daddy Dom ASMR, please? And thank you. I love them so much. I don't read too much, no. And I absolutely will do more of those videos. I definitely do plan on doing some more in the future. And yeah, thank you for asking. Megan Hogan 1892. Let's see. If you do listen to ASMR yourself, what is your go-to topic and genre? Usually like ocean waves, wind, sometimes like forest noises, and Marjula, of course. Thank you for asking. Another brown Aja asks, "Am I a good girl?" Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Jennifer Derog264. I would love to ask you deep, meaningful questions, but my brain has instead decided to hyperfixate on one that really isn't appropriate, not the right word I'm looking for. How old are you? There I said it. Not that it matters in any way. Though relevant, that is the word, not appropriate. Crap, that was a lot. I need some coffee. That was a whole fucking journey we just took there. Well, yeah, I'm glad that we got there. I'm glad that we got there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, just another moment when the audio cut out and I had to restart my computer. Where were we? Oh yeah, the how old are you? I'm gonna leave that up to mystery, because I like to keep the anonymity, animosity, no, and anonymous me. Yes, me anonymous. Anonymous is me. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Let's see. That was the last of the YouTube questions. On to the Patreon ones. Hopefully I can answer them. Let's see. Chokso0, also Choso. I recommend, or I recognize that profile picture. As, ooh, this is gonna be fun. What's the story behind the name? Is there a special meaning or inspiration behind it that you'd like to share with us? Oh my god. Like I said, everything already mentioned. What would you choose if you had to give your fans an official fandom name? And is there a name you'd secretly already call us in your head? Oh no, there isn't one, but I'd love for there to be one. I don't know. Is there anything you guys would like to be called? Feel free to comment down below. Thank you for asking. Scarlet Winter, any plans to step up your game and do something with voice acting? You have such a suitable voice. I see you voice acting some characters, not gonna lie. I think that'd be pretty fun. I'd like to do that. Honestly, it's just kind of like same along the lines of like not really knowing any other content creators. I don't know where to start. Yeah, so I'm definitely open to it. But you know, I just haven't really put in the effort of like figuring out exactly where to start or what to do. Yeah. To be long, scandalous questions for Patreon. Oh lord. Are you a Dom Switch, or are you a sub Switch or a Dom IRL? Well, why don't you ask that again and really think about it? Which one do you think I am? Be honest with yourself. Sorry, this is me being stupid. Number 2, are you ever overwhelmed by the attention you get from your followers? Not really, no. Not overwhelmed, I wouldn't say. Number 3, what's your guilty pleasure music genre? Definitely the nerdcore stuff. If not, just random like dark fantasy playlists is kind of the vibe too. Number 4, if you had a partner, if you don't have one yet, would you continue doing spicy audios? I don't know. I think that would be dependent on my relationship, I guess. Like I said, I'm not really with anyone. I'm not really looking to be with anyone. So, I don't know. Never really thought about it. Number 5, is there anything you would like to ask us listeners? what would you guys like from me necessarily? You know, what kind of content? Would you be open to other types of content? You know, what would help? You know, what can I do to help? Number 6, did you tell anyone IRL about your channel? If so, what is their reaction? I've told a couple of my friends. They, you know, thought, oh, that's kind of neat, but not really much into it. Number 7, do you eat mochi ice cream? To be long, I'm going to apologize now. I am a very texture-oriented eater, and I'm sorry. Mochi ice cream tastes like a dead man's ball sack, and I can't. I can't. It's not for me. I apologize. Number 8, weirdest place you ever had sex? I don't think I should say that on YouTube. I think they would be mad at me. Number 9, have you ever done anything illegal? I am legally obligated to say no. So, and then number 10, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Feel free to not answer these. Thank you very much for asking. Mara asks, hi, I just want to say that you do an incredible job creating this content. You always sound so real and close to reality, to the natural feeling of ordinary life and conversations. My question, if it's still relevant, is your character of a lyrical hero, which is presented in the video, similar to your real personality? With love and hug, thank you. Thank you. Is your character of a lyrical hero? I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that is. There's a store. What is this? I've never seen this before. I apologize. I don't really know if I can answer your question. I am simply stupid and I do not understand. My apologies. Maya asks, hi, have you ever gotten complimented on your voice before? It's very nice, by the way. Thank you. I have, yeah. I mean, plenty of times on the channel, but outside of the channel, you know, plenty of times at the places that I've worked, from friends, family, stuff like that. Thank you for asking. Sly Donuts asks, hi, here are my questions. When you create characters with more detailed settings, where do you usually get your inspiration? Do you base them entirely on your own preferences? I think I kind of went over this a little bit when it comes to, you know, creating characters and arcs with, you know, a little bit deeper meanings, that people can relate to. What made you start this channel and why is it called ASMR for Ash? Since your avatar is a little campfire, I was wondering if it's related to the name Ash in some way. To an extent, I already kind of answered the, you know, the question about the name and everything, but as of the campfire, I'll be completely honest, I was looking for like little royalty-free art pieces and I really liked it, and I just kind of edited it a little bit to make it purple, and I think it's very fitting. I think it's something that I resonate with, as it is simple and cozy, just like me. So, yeah. Can you share some moments that made you happy while working on this channel? Also, as a content creator, I'm curious, do you feel discouraged when your work doesn't receive enough feedback? Some moments that made me happy? I mean, pretty much any time I upload and I get to talk to you guys, really. God, that's an aggressive yawn. Sorry, I am the big eepy. Yeah, as of happy moments, I mean, you know, like I said, my first comment being Moon Silk was pretty fucking cool. Reaching 8K was fucking awesome. I could not even imagine that for a while. yeah, just being able to talk to you guys. And do I feel discouraged when your work doesn't receive enough feedback? Not, I mean, maybe, I guess. Like I said, I don't make money off of this or anything like that. So I entirely do it for you guys. So I guess when it's like a video isn't great, then it kind of feels bad. But yeah. Do you like the way your voice sounds when you speak normally? No. I mean, I've kind of come to terms with it, but I don't know. I feel like I can be a little nasally. I feel like I don't project that well. And when I do project well, I sound like a drill sergeant. A lot of it stems from when I was a kid. I'm sorry if this is TMI. I hit puberty at a very early age. Like, very early. And so my voice dropped like years sooner than everyone else's. Even then, it was still a lot deeper than everyone else's. And so, being the kind of shy kid that I was, having a deeper voice than most of your teachers really fucks with you, because it draws a lot of attention, and not necessarily teasing as in like being made fun of, but just taking note of it. For a kid that just kind of wanted to be in the background, yeah. Nowadays, most content creators tend to interact with their fans more frequently and directly, but we've noticed you only engage with us in comments. Is this more old school approach a personal choice, or is there another reason for it? I'll be completely level with you. I think I've lived under a rock for most of my life. I don't know of any other ways to interact, I guess. I mean, besides like maybe live streaming and talking to you guys live. But yeah, I've kind of always stayed away from social media, and I kind of continue to do that just because if I had like a Facebook or a Twitter or an Instagram or something, I don't know what I would even post. I would just be like, it would probably be nothing because I don't really go on those platforms. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on how else I can interact with you guys, I'd love to. Yeah, I've considered doing a Discord for a while, but yeah, I've had issues with multiple accounts on Discord before, and I'm kind of stuck with it now, and so that kind of fucks with me. And yeah, it's just kind of a general pain in the ass. Then they also replied, I always thought of the name ASMR for Ash for the abbreviation of A for A, ASMR for all. I like that. Yeah, we'll say that's what I was going for. Hell yeah. Thank you for asking. _vicious.03_ says, since most of your stuff already has been asked by the other lovely people here, and I'm a music nerd, what music genre do you enjoy listening to, and what's your favorite artist? Like I said, rock, metal, and my favorite artist is kind of always changing. And then they ask, you have 2 videos up here, I think, where you play the bass or guitar/bass. How long have you been playing them, and do you play any other instruments? Man, I've been playing bass for 9 years, I think. Yeah, about 9 years. And then guitar, I think, is about 7 or 6. Yeah. And do I play any other instruments? I mean, those are definitely my main 2. I've kind of, fucked around with some other instruments. Like I said, I got a banjo. I had a mandolin for a while, but I had to get rid of it. Ukulele, dulcimer guitar, my little tongue drum that I got. thumb piano, actual piano, or I should say keyboard. Trying to think of any others. Yeah, I'd say that's about it. It's mostly guitar and bass though. Thank you for asking. Jess asks, okay, I've been wondering, are you Ash, or did you start your channel to make ASMR for someone named Ash? People call you Ash in the comments, but we were calling you the wrong name. Yeah, so like the story goes, my name isn't actually Ash, and I'm not gonna lie, it took a little getting used to being called that, given the circumstances. But that's okay. I've accepted it, and I'm comfortable with it now. Yeah. Thank you for asking. AC May asks, lists of questions. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Like I said, let it be up to mystery. Do you have any jobs besides content creation? I recently quit my job. I was working sales for a while, due to the move. But content creation isn't my actual job, at least what I would consider a job, since I don't, do it for money or anything like that. Is content creation a sustainable way to make money? Those that alone could pay the bills. I have no idea. I would not know. Like I said, I have not made a penny off of this channel. Do you have a specific source of inspiration? I wouldn't say a specific source. I mean, I often ask you guys what kind of things you like to see, and I do my best to provide that. I would say, like, there's plenty of different, like, animes and stuff that I've taken inspiration from for some of my series, but most of it has mostly just been from my kind of creative writing that I do. Have you ever thought about a collab with other ASMR content creators? I'd love to. I just don't really know where to start or how to initiate that, if I'm being totally honest. Does the people around you know that you're an ASMR content creator, and is it weird if they do? Not many know, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily weird. They don't listen to it or anything like that. I've kept it like somewhat private, but they know about it, and it's kind of like whatever. And then they say, have a good night and happy holidays. Hope I wasn't too intrusive. Not at all. I very much appreciate it, and happy holidays. Noir asks, I'm so grateful for the moment when you decided to start this journey. My question is, how do you manage juggle between your real life and creating ASMR content? Do you have any tips on staying motivated and balancing both? That is, how do I juggle? I guess it really comes down to just trying to remain consistent. When I was working, I was always taking Thursdays off. That way I would have time to record, edit, and upload. And I would usually try to find the time, usually late at night, to write the scripts whenever I could, whether it was after my shifts or on a day off or anything like that. Going through comments, trying to find inspiration from, what you guys suggest, or random ADD thoughts that I have in my mind that pop up. And, and any tips on staying motivated and balancing both? Really just you guys. Like, I feel like that's such a cop-out answer that I've used so many times, but, like, there's no better inspiration than the cause, or the, I'm having a stroke. There's no better inspiration than the constant positivity that you guys share with me, and I really appreciate that, and it means the world to me, and it's absolutely what keeps me going doing this. Thank you for asking. Paisley asks, apart from YouTube and your work, what kind of hobbies do you enjoy? Can't think of anything else that I haven't already answered. What is your go-to dish to make? Ooh. My go-to dish to make. Man. I would say I make a mean I make a mean steak that I usually do with like baked potatoes or like vegetables, stuff like that. Either that or egg fried rice with crispy skinned salmon would be my other. What is your most memorable vacation? When I was a little kid, me and my family went to Louisiana, and we got to see some alligators doing like a cool alligator tour where they threw marshmallows and everything in the water, and they just jumped out of the water and picked them up. It was really cool. What are some silly things your cat has? Way too much. 1,000,001 toys. I'd say the most recent best addition is a scratching post that's in the shape of a mushroom, and it's got some bells hanging off of it. And I like the aesthetic. When writing scripts, do you prefer to listen to music or without? Without, definitely. As much as I love music, my ADD brain will immediately go into analysis mode, and I will be like, that was an interesting chord progression, or oh, that's kind of a cool way they mixed that, and I just get way too distracted. Whenever I'm writing scripts, because of how fast my mind is going usually and how easy it is for me to get off topic, I really just have to sit there alone in silence, no other tabs open, just writing out my thoughts, and that can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. But yeah. If you only had one song you could listen to for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Oh no. That's tough. I would say, oh no, I don't know if I could choose one song you can listen to for the rest of your life. Oh my god. I guess it would just be like the Dark Souls 2 Marjula theme. I know it's not the typical song in like most senses, but like it's just something that I can casually listen to at any point and not really get sick of it like you do with most other songs. Yeah, that'll be it. What movie or TV show are you enjoying recently? Just recently finished Arcane. That was goated. If you could switch lives with any fictional character, who would it be and what would you do as the character? Like I said, I don't think I could. I don't think I could choose anyone. What is one audio that you made this past year that you are most proud of? Man, I mean that what is it? That sleep paralysis demon video was definitely, from like a technical standpoint, something I'm super proud of. Like, y'all should have fucking seen the actual like file of it. It's fucking crazy how many layers there are. Besides that, yeah, maybe the celebrating Halloween video. That's kind of a tough question. Let's see. Oh, I totally lost my place. Let's see, if you read, what is your favorite book this year? Like I said, not the Four Commandments. What the fuck is it called? Oh my god. Everything like closed, because the Four Agreements. That's definitely a good read. Yeah, every time I have to shut down my computer, all my tabs close. Let's see. I know I wrote a lot, so feel free to omit some if you like. I'm curious. I'm a curious fellow, what can I say? Hell yeah, stay curious. Thank you for asking. DN555 asks, if you don't mind me asking, may I know how old you are? I've always been curious. And then To Belong says, I'm scared to know. Be scared. No. Like I said, I like to keep anonymous. I like to keep the mystery for fun. Thanks for asking. Jasper asks, will you possibly please do an impersonation of Book Talk Men? One in particular, Rysand from Akatar specifically. Hello, fair darling, and be as seductive and deep as possible, please. Number 2, what kind of stuff do you enjoy as hobbies? Do you do any kind of writing or art? What's your perfect date look like? If you had to take someone on a date, what would you like to do? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Book Talk is. I'm sorry, I live under a rock apparently. Let's see. What kind of stuff do you enjoy as hobbies? I kind of already went over that. What kind of writing or art? Yeah, like I said, I write my D&D campaign for my friends. Kind of like dark fantasy, grimdark kind of worlds, stuff like that. What's your perfect date look like? Call it cliche, but I always kind of love the idea of like aquarium dates. Movies, you're just kind of sitting next to a person and you're not really learning anything. And then food is nice, but also like, I don't know. For one, it's like hard to talk and eat at the same time. And then, I don't know. It's like I don't want to say overdone, but like, I don't know. I feel like aquarium is like just along the lines of like comfortable enough to be like, oh yeah, that's kind of normal, but also like unique enough to be like, oh hell yeah, see if they're into animals and shit. I don't know. Thank you for asking. Casper XO, what made you want to do this type of ASMR, and have you ever had your voice recognized in public or by people you know? Already kind of went over the what I do or why I make the type of ASMR I do, and as of having my voice recognized in public, thankfully I've never. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but like I said, I just kind of like to remain anonymous if possible. But yeah, thank you for asking. Chaos Cupcake, first, hi, I hope you're well. Thank you, I hope you're doing well as well. Second, do you like video games? If so, which one/franchise is your favorite? Hell yeah, I do. I would say my favorite series would have to be the Soulsborne series. Elden Ring is probably one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1. I do like Dark Souls 2, but man, it's got some jank to it. And the fucking progression is just so slow. And I don't know. It's still good though. Sekiro was a little much for me. And I haven't played any of the Armored Core stuff before. Besides that, I played a lot of Warframe for a while. That was really fun. That brought a lot of really good memories. Skyrim is one of my all-time favorite games. That's something I could just keep going back to, every couple of years, just having a month that I just play it nonstop. And as of recent, Baldur's Gate 3, I've been having a lot of fun with. I've been really enjoying it. Yeah. Thank you for asking, and that seems to be the last comment we have. Damn. Holy shit, this has been going on for 2 hours and 13 minutes. I am so sorry that this has taken so long. If you're still watching, thank you very much. I really appreciate you listening to me just yap and ramble on all these questions. Thank you all for participating and asking and listening. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone. Keep an eye on the the community tab. I'm going to be doing my best to keep you guys updated about what's going on and what's happening. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely night, and I hope you sleep well and have the sweetest of dreams. Thank you all for listening, and good night.